Oh, good morning. I want to make this video because I want to tell women that some men out there are really total fucking assholes. And, you know, I am a person who always looks for the good in people, and I'd say that's a really good quality of mine, but it's also a really bad one, to be honest. I'm learning the hard way. Yeah, and by asshole, I mean someone who just doesn't give a shit about a woman's feelings. And I'm not gonna try to fucking diagnose this person or put a label on him. But what I will say is grow the fuck up. It is time for men to grow the fuck up. And you know what? Any man that's watching this that has anything negative that they're thinking, go fuck yourself. Like, seriously, fuck off. Fuck off and grow up. Because women have feelings. And that is a really important thing to know. And that is not a bad thing. And I'm not sure why I continue to find these dicks that do not care about women's feelings. And I know why. I know where this is coming from. I know where I learned this. But also what I'm really working on is healing this. Because I certainly don't want this to be my fucking lifetime trauma that does not get resolved. Do you know what I'm saying? So anyway, yeah, the story goes, I have been spending time with this person for a year. This person has always wanted me in his life, how he wants it, but doesn't want a relationship. And so I've been trying to make peace with that, because when we're together, we get along very well most of the time. But here's the thing. We get along when things are going the way he wants them to go. He has a tendency to say really mean things, but not targeted, like doesn't ever call me a name. But what I really saw these last couple days spending time with him is how if you have feelings or fears, you're weak and pitiful. And I heard that from my ex-husband so many motherfucking times. Everything was my fault, according to him, because he didn't ever want to sit with the fact that he was an asshole. So it was all my fault. And now, here's this person that I spend a year with, and he's really good at telling me what hurts his feelings when I say something and I get mad at how he acts. He'll always come back and be like, you know what? I don't like how you did that. It hurt. And I'm like, I always apologize. I always apologize because I always take responsibility for what I've done that is not in alignment with love and truth, because I always want to be the person that is healing. Ongoing. This is an ongoing journey for me, is to heal my trauma and to not overreact and shut down and attack people. So I keep learning from it, and I apologize for it, and I take responsibility for it. But what I continue to also do is allow people to be abusive to me and not take responsibility for it. And that's a problem. That is unhealed trauma. It's his unhealed trauma and my unhealed trauma making him more important than me. Anyway, so today we go for a bike ride to the other end of the city, which there are some interesting areas to drive through. But because I was with him, I wasn't afraid. I am a woman. And so I do have fears. I have fears about going to the west side, where there are lots of people that are, I've heard lots of stories about the west side in our city where people are drunk and doing drugs and have knives and have guns. And so I do stay away from those areas because I am afraid. And I do not think that's a weakness. I think that's actually smart to protect ourselves. I do not hate people. I do not judge people. I love people. I say hi to people. I connect with people. But I'm learning to not just throw a blanket of trust on people that could be dangerous. And I believe that's something all women should do. So anyway, we start out on this bike ride and he is just being a real jerk, saying really mean things, and it's really interesting because I am getting very, very triggered by it. And I actually purposely this morning, when he wanted to go for a bike ride, I purposely said, I need at least an hour to sit and meditate and get into my heart before we go. Because yesterday when we went for a bike ride and the day before when we went for a hike, I just was so fucking triggered by the shit that he was saying. And I kept thinking, okay, I'm overtired. This is me. This is a me problem. And so today I decided, you know what? I'm going to meditate. I'm going to be in my heart. And then if he says things, I can just talk about them with him and not get triggered. Anyway, by the time we fucking went a couple blocks, he was already saying mean shit. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck? And I said that. And so we keep going. He keeps saying mean shit. Like, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And so anyway, I started telling him what a fucking asshole he was being and why, and I kept saying, like, why are you being so mean? And I was at the point where I was actually crying because he was just hurting my feelings. And we get to the other side of the city, so we've gone through all the deep places, on the West Flat, on the riverbank, where much crime happens. We get to the other side, and I told him, look, I don't like this. I don't like how you're treating me. You're being an asshole. It's hurting my feelings, and you're not taking responsibility for it. You're thinking that I'm weak and that I'm pitiful and this is all my fault, and it's not. You're hurting my feelings. Like, stop. And he looked at me and he's like, now you're just making a bunch of fucking shit up. And he left. He left me on the fucking west side of the city by myself on my bike to come home knowing that I am afraid of being by myself on the riverbank, on the West Flat, going through the riverbank where the people are that are doing drugs and have weapons. He left me. And so he can go fuck himself. You don't come back from this. You don't come back from this. There's no coming back from this. He's shown his true colors. He has no... I don't know what his issue is. I'm not going to try to diagnose him. I'm not going to try to label him, like I said. I'm not going to try to understand why he would do that. My husband was all shades of asshole, but he would have never fucking left me in a dangerous place by myself. Ever. That is not a fucking man. That is a fucking coward. That is an asshole. So he can fuck himself. And anybody that's listening to this that thinks that he did the right thing, you can fuck yourself too. I'm so done. I'm so done overanalyzing and giving people the benefit of the doubt. By the way, I live in a rough city. I hear gunshots out of my window almost every night. So this isn't a fucking, I'm a weakling. I'm a smart woman trying to protect myself and my family. So, anyway.